Like if you're dating someone, like the past shouldn't matter.
What is you guys' body counts?
9, 10, 10. 3. Drew.
Whoa!
Dixon.
Any number that she tell you, add a 0 behind it.
What's your body count?
Some may add up.
What's the maximum amount of people you've bumped in one day?
22. That was at spring break.
Wow.
That was a sore night.
They make such a big deal about it. It's such a requirement that your body count is low and you're not ran through and blah, blah, blah. But the reason why the joke is always going to be on y'all is because you are never going to know a woman's real answer. Because she carries herself as a classy woman and has been for the last 10, 15, 20 years, you think she's a good girl.
So let me ask you a question, just a quick question. If a man has a history of domestic, does his past matter?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that?
But I'm saying, like, I wouldn't go digging into his, like, ex-relationships, like,
Wait, I'm sorry.
girlfriend.
If you were told by a friend of yours that a man you were dating had a history of domestic, you wouldn't go digging, really?
I actually got told a lot about my current boyfriend. Like, people came up to me and were telling me things about him when we went out. And from seeing his character, like, I knew that that was just bull.
Okay, you didn't go poking around, though?
I didn't need to because I didn't care about what was happening previously.
What if you were told that he had a history of kid diddling? Would you go poking around then since you have a daughter at home?
I use my discernment on. That's why he's the first person that ever met my daughter.
Do you think that they're just going to announce themselves and all their creepy vibes are just going to come out at once? Okay, well, let me just ask this very simply then. Would you allow somebody who had ever diddled a kid around your daughter?
Obviously not.
Well, then I guess their history matters, doesn't it?
And unfortunately, he had to put it to her like that so she would get the point. If body count doesn't matter, then why lie? Why lie, right? Past, present, future, all matter.
I'm gonna put y'all on game. Number 1, body count. Most likely she gonna say 3 or 6 or maybe even 200. 18. Any number that she tell you, add a 0 behind it.
Holy Jesus. What is that?
Damn. If she tell you any low number, she's a bop, I promise you. You just need to make sure you do the math correctly. She said she only got 3 bodies, but she been on this earth for 18 years. Plus, some may add up. I'll just be real with y'all. We will never reveal our true body counts. We will always say a number less than 10. It's up to you if you want to be a dumbass. Number 2, if she says she doesn't party that much, I promise you that girl is lying through her teeth.
What is you guys' body counts?
9, 10, 10. 3. Drew.
Whoa!
Dixon. You know it's not 3. It's not 3.
How much is it?
It's like 11, 12.
11, 12?
Yeah, she's lying. What was the question?
What's your body count?
It's 3.
Oh, it is? That's dope, that's dope.
2. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's 2?
2.
Okay, bet that. What's your body count? You thinking about if you want to lie or say the truth?
Yeah, 7.
What's your body count?
5.
Stop the cap.
I don't know if I believe that. You looked away and you looked at her.
It's 5. I'll tell it to the camera. It's 5.
What's the maximum amount of people you've bumped in one day?
22. That was at spring break.
Wow.
That was a sore night. To be
That's
honest.
exhausting. So can you talk us through that? Like what happened? How was that set up?
Yeah, so I basically shared my hotel room online.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, this is the room I'm staying in. Like, just come and queue up. And I'll see as many of you as possible, like, whilst I'm here. Because when I went to spring break, loads of guys was like, oh, I've messaged you to film with you. And I couldn't get through, like, all of the messages. Like, and I've said before, like, I've only got so many holes and so much time. Like, I physically could not film with everyone I wanted to. So on the last night, I was like, right, I'll just let them queue up. I'll just go one after the other.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I did.
And so how long from start to finish did that all take?
So I think I put the post at about 6 p.m. their time. And, like, we finished, it must be like 4 or 5 a.m.
What? That's insane.
And it was so funny because like during the videos you hear people knocking on the door, like you hear like other groups of lads outside
waiting.
Yeah.
Was there like a queue outside the hotel?
Yeah.
Will always be on men when it comes to the conversation about body count. They make such a big deal about it. It's such a requirement that your body count is low and you're not ran through and blah, blah, blah. But the reason why the joke is always going to be on y'all is because you are never going to know a woman's real answer. You're never going to know. And the funniest thing about that is men are so oblivious to women and the ways of women that they really think they can look at a woman and tell if her body count is high or if it's low.
I just think people in general, I mean, right or wrong, draw whatever conclusions based off of what they see. Right, whatever information is available to them. You know, so if that's the energy you putting out, then that's probably what you're gonna get back.
A lot of men will marry a woman thinking she's good, not understanding how much she used to, what they say, bust it wide open and lay it wide back in her day. But she carries herself as a classy woman and has been for the last 10, 15, 20 years. You think she's a good girl. I can assure you that the women who you think are good girls aren't. And they never were. They may have changed or something, but they're not the innocent, pure woman or women that you think. And the women who you think are the most promiscuous because she wears booty shorts or she's always twerking or whatever, those be the women a lot of times that men cannot get ever. Like, I literally can use myself as an example. I will hop on a plane, go to Miami, put on some fishnet stockings, some booty shorts, and just be twerking all up and down the Miami Strip. And when men see me, they think, oh, she's probably easy. Look at how she's acting. 0 men get my phone. 0 men even get my attention.
Pertaining to this, if you act a certain way, like Dave Chappelle said, like he was joking about, and you tend to wear a whore's uniform, right? Then yes, it may deter men from taking her serious for relationships. And that's just the reality of it. You know, just by behaving a certain way in a different setting or making certain decisions, even if your body count is in reality low, you still share many undesirable traits. And that's really what it's about, undesirable traits. I've rarely asked a girl her body count because at the end of the day, they can still lie, you know what I mean? And a lot of them will. I'll be willing to bet that women who have a problem with men's preference for low body count, they're more likely to have a high body count themselves. You know, I'm sure that's not 100%. I would start there if I was investigating the subject. Let's just say that. And a lot of women that I talk to who don't care at all about the subject, those tend to be the ones that have a lower body count. That's just been my experience.
Honor, that is his baby. And I can't wait, because the devil is a liar and this is Lucifer, so stop.
Well, you might be the devil then. We'll see.
I am without a doubt 100% certain that he is my son's father. Not only was I only sleeping with him, we were actually working on our relationship. We already have a child from a previous situation. We got back together. We're working on us.
At the time that Jill was conceived, we were not having no type of intercourse. We were not cool at the moment.
He went out and got 3 pregnancy tests, made me take all of them. They were all positive. And he was like, well, that's not my baby.
This is what it was. She was trying to get back with me, but I wasn't, so she probably felt like if we have a child, we might work out.
If he has any doubts, you know, I carried the baby. I birthed the baby. If you have any doubts, go ahead. I don't mind making you look stupid. That's why I'm here now.
Okay, so your point is I'm tired of hearing the denial. If you want a DNA test, let's take it now because I know you're the father.
Exactly.
Mr. Lee, you are not the father.
Told you.
Hold up.
I already knew. I told you.
Don't look at me like that. I don't know God's plan.
Who else?
Men saying, I've just decided altogether to avoid women. That it's better to be single, guys. They're almost like happy about the fact that they're gonna make the choice to avoid the entire gender of women because they have yet to actually resolve the war they have within themselves.
It is not because they're fighting a war within themselves. It is because they found peace with themselves. And she was so close. She was just so close to getting there because at least she's recognizing what men are saying. Because they're tired of the complaining, the double standards, the expectations, and the risk of losing everything that they've built. There is no unresolved internal war going on in these men. He just found peace and contentment on his own instead of using that energy and effort on someone else.
You know, I'm pretty sure it's just better to be single instead of dealing with headaches. And that's really what guys are talking about. They're just saying, look, instead of dealing with a headache, I'm going to go ahead and just concentrate, spend all my energy on myself, my family, the people that care about me. When the right woman comes along, shares many of the values that I have, then we'll go from there.
Know that at the end of the day, when you run through this, you only hurting yourself. And after you run through is who are you limited to? You limited to all suckers after that. I don't like suckers. Once again, a nigga that's one of mine out here, acting like he don't got no sense. All right, keep doing it. I'm not gonna mess with your ops. Why? Because that don't do nothing for me. And I know at the end of the day, when niggas want what you got, that's a get back for them. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not gonna have a roster of niggas. Why? Because I probably don't like them other niggas. I probably honestly like you. So if I'm effing with you and I really like you and I like the way you do it to me, I'm gonna be effing with you and that's it and call it a day. I'm not DMing nobody back or texting new niggas just because I got an attitude. What is that doing for me? I'm leading knowing that I know I don't want.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's called integrity, right? And really, this is wifey talk right here, you know, when it comes to the mindset on this. But yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me know what y'all think. It's about that time. Hit me in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Bang on that like button. This is EK Real Spicy. Signing out. And I'm going to check y'all in the next video. And like that, be easy. Gone.